We should be live, we should be live. Let me see, not yet. We should be live right now. Yes, sir, we are live. Let me put everything ready. Let's put the Discord announcement and we are live. Do you guys have music? It's kind of ass music. 4925 gate, Joey Lay. Invest Gospel, Bofur. How you guys doing? We are back. Another stream. The market just opened, I think. Market just opened. And we open with the bump. Get again. Good morning, Interstates. What's going on? Let's go, guys. Let's go. It's new day, new opportunities. I don't know how I saved yesterday. Rowie, how are you? Huh? I'm doing good. How are you, my friend? Konze, Chayman. What's going on, guys? What is going on? The market is open. Are we gonna get another zombie rally? I don't think so. But this market has surprised me before. Man, the music is so quiet. Is it quiet for you as well? I feel like let me know if it's too loud, if it's too quiet. It's a little bit was quiet because it's coming from my headphones and I feel like I'm sitting in a quiet room. So let me know, guys. Will be wild today. I can't disagree. The headlines are coming in. Let's check if we have any news. I don't hear any music. You guys don't hear any music? No music at all? What about now? What about now? I think you should have some kind of music now. I tweak my music settings. Ray Malhotra, if I pronounce you, good morning. You can't hear any music, guys? Let me know. A soft whisper of something? It's fine by me if I put it a little bit louder. Because otherwise I feel like I'm sitting in a... It's good? Okay, let me know if I turn it too loud, but it should be okay now. Because it's coming from my headphones. I want to listen a little bit, you know? Man, I'm thirsty today. There it is. Now we have the music. If it's too loud, guys, let me know. The purpose is not to be DJ, but somewhat DJ. Can make it louder. I think now it should be fine. Market is quiet. I actually like this. This is a Spotify random playlist. I'm limited with my options with the music I can play because otherwise I will get the copyright thing. So I can only play really limited amount of music. Man, market open was quite quiet. Is it me or it's like very slow market open? We had a bump. Man, what's going on? I need water today more than... I can almost hear you. You can almost hear me. My mic is too... Put traditional Estonian music. I can't play these things. The thing I'm playing right now is no copyright sounds. I can only play the no copyright sounds. If I can, I will play you any... I will honestly play anything else than this because I'm kind of tired of those copyright songs. But market, man, yesterday the opening maybe spoiled us a little bit. It was so aggressive, was so fun. Maybe I'm in the stream too early. Put the music on what volume you like, and we chat can listen to our own if needed. It's just most important is that it's not blocking what I'm saying. If it's gonna block what I'm saying or you can't hear me speaking, then it's a problem. Otherwise, I think right now it's fine for me as well. Is SoundCloud considered copyrights? Yeah. It doesn't matter what's the platform. It's the song itself. The song itself is copyrighted. That's why, like, even from Spotify, man, I will use a lot of bathroom breaks today. Just let me know if the music is over my voice, then it's a problem. But man, this market is fairly quiet on the open, fairly quiet. Let's hope we don't get like super quiet day. But the way, let's see the percentage wise. So we are down almost 2% on NQ, 1.7 on ES. I mean, the question is like how much down they will press this. Cyfrost, what's going on? Usually, like, what happens is, at least I'm not saying this as a confluence or anything, but this market, for whatever reason, whether it's going up or down, it loves 2.5. So if we are down minus 2.5% or we are up 2.5%, usually that's like the, I would say, the daily maximum the market does. I'm not saying this like enter when you see that we are up 2.5% or go long when we are down 2.5, but for whatever reason market loves the 2.5, and I think it's also because the Lauren, what's going on? I think it's also because like 2.5 is quite a lot of money in this market considering how big those indexes are. So maybe it makes sense that 2.5 is like, it's just something that I've noticed, that if index is down, like ES or NQ is down 2.5% or it's up 2.5%, usually that's the maximum as well. And funnily enough, I think we bounced exactly like around 2.5% today, was the London bounce. We'll see. This market right now is, I would say, quite slow. Maybe they want to bring it up, but no one is buying it yet. Well, now we are a little bit breaking out. I would honestly expect that we're gonna retest some EMAs. I think this 4-hour EMA retest is not unrealistic. This would align. Yeah, this 755. Drunkenness. What's going on, my friend? How you doing? How you doing? What's up? I'm good. I saved my yesterdays. I actually had a really good day yesterday. I was trading a little bit my new account as well. Even today I posted on Discord. I took one long today. And yeah, yesterday was on this account was amazing day. I made 1k. I posted on Discord as well regarding like what trade I took, but it's sometimes nice to a little bit size up. I was with 7 micros. The numbers are completely different. Dynam, what's up? Apti Combo, hey, what's up? What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Mason, what's up, my guys? What's up, fam? Market is quite slow. I'm as always, I'm waiting for my 50-minute orb. I don't want to trade before that. I would expect, like, if I would, you know, I hate predictions, but if I will predict anything in this market, why not retest the 4-hour EMA? What's your overall R for this year so far? You mean overall profits? I mean my overall trading, like I have done all my trading on these accounts. I lost, I think, 2 combines this year so far. But this was February, this was January. I don't trade anywhere else secretly. I do have a crypto account as well, like my own live account in crypto exchange, but I haven't taken any trades in At least for 2 months, I think. It's just sitting there. But this has been my year so far, since January. Took one payout. No, I took 2 payouts this year. I took 2 payouts. I took 8,000 and now 10,000 or 11,000. If that's what you meant, like what's your profit? Because I didn't understand what you mean by R. What's my R this year? Let's see. The market is a little bit quiet. I'm leaning shorts, of course. I think like longs are super difficult because you have so many headlines which can really escalate this market. I have so many headlines flying. What's your bias today? My bias is still bearish. I don't have change in my bias, still bearish. But there are some things that I would like to see. Are we gonna get rejected from the VWAP? I would love to see that maybe we retest 4 hour 9 EMA at least. 1 hour, yeah, 21 EMA is holding us, but like I would feel so much more comfortable shorting around this area, which is the 9 hour EMA. And it's also like, if you zoom out, it's also the previous support. So since we are turning really bearish now with all the things that's going on, I wouldn't be surprised if this support area now becomes resistance. We just changed the kind of like the structure, but I would love to get into the shorts around this 24,700 level. Like that will be, we were quite close, we were 40 points away for a moment, but I will look for shorts there. Stochastic is like, look the short time stochastic, 9 minute quite overbought, we bounced a little bit, but 27 minutes overbought as fuck. Even 1 hour is not oversold anymore. So stochastic is saying also there is some room down. I think man, I don't know why it deleted your message, Ray Sharma. It sometimes does it, I don't know why. It's not that you said something wrong, but I didn't also see what you sent. It's a little bit unfortunate. I know sometimes this overall return looks great. Yeah, the overall return is exactly the calendar. I've taken, it's 45,000 since November, because the thing is, since I copy trade and I have, like, if you start copy trading and you don't pay yourself payouts, the multiplier doesn't exist until you have a payout, right? Because the copy trading multiplier only comes into factor when you have a payout. That's the only time you can really use it. So considering that, I was looking at my statistics as well. Like if you go since November when I started these accounts until the last, I mean, we can go until today. So it's 15,000 for me. That 15,000 is just multiplied 1508 times 3. Yeah, so I would say that's my overall profit, because now I paid myself 30,000 out of it as well. So I think it's fair to claim that that's my profit since November. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I need to pick up a quick call. Sorry guys, now I'm back. I'm still legally working right now, so if I have anything coming up I need to answer. Okay, so we finalized the orb. Ah man, this looks so bearish. But the problem with shorting here, and I agree with shorts because again I have a bearish bias as well, but the problem with shorting here, yeah, orb high is basically VWAP as well. The problem with shorting here is like how much room down do we have today? Because the pre-market or Asian and London, we went down almost 2%, more than 2% I think. We opened around here, let's see. Opened here from the settlement price, yeah, 2% on ES, like even if I like shorts, it's also like how much room do you have down more? Because there's still gonna be dip buying, there's still gonna be some highs, even though the market is bearish. But let's see. I'm not trading before I have a plus setup. You know me. I'd rather feel super bored and not do anything than enter into a bad setup. Let's see what this VWAP. Where are we in terms of 15-minute EMA? 4 hour. Man, I would love retest here. The here I will feel so much more comfortable shorting this. But let's see, 15 minutes, we also reclaiming the 9 EMAs and stuff. I mean, actually, are we? We closed candle above 9 EM. I mean, I hope they're gonna kind of bump this market up before they're gonna take it down more. But I think we're gonna end day as red as we are right now or similar. Sorry guys, I need to do some work stuff. I short from the middle, not bad idea. I think like it's not the worst idea. It's just like how far are they? We are at the daily EMA as well, right? Yeah, we are still like look at this daily at 200 EMA. Hold 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times now. The rule I have if you have such a high time frame EMAs. Today I'm out, I'm just here to say hello. What's up my Italian friend? What's up Toretto? But the overall rule that I have, if we look at this daily EMA, right? The logical mind is like, hey, we tested it 5 times, 3 times, 4 times, every time we bounce, so we should bounce now as well. My general rule is that if you knock on someone's door too many times, the door will open at some point. And the same thing with EMAs. You knock on the EMA door, and obviously it's gonna be strong EMA because it's daily 200 EMA. But ES is still far away from its daily EMA. We're probably gonna go there today. The question is, do we get any good short entries, or maybe we should just play or breakout? We'll see, we'll see. Fever, my head is exploding. Oh man, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. Targeting the low TP. Oh, that's a fast trade. But I mean, if you got in the middle, it's almost 100 points. Let's go, Laurent. Let's go, Laurent. For me, nothing is appetizing. ES is gonna take out the London low soon. My logical mind tells me to short orb. I don't know, man. We are down 2%. Are we gonna go down more? Are we gonna see 4-5% down today? It's not impossible. But let's see. I will wait for this 4-hour candle close. I don't have A+ setup. I don't have A+ setup here. You can technically say, well, if you short the orb breakout now. I'm not jumping into trades quickly. Interesting market. I wish we're gonna see some kind of retracement. Man, this EMA looks so delicious. Can this 4-hour little bit do more? Can bulls little bit take over this little bit more? We also have divergence here, by the way. If you like divergences like me, it's not bad divergence. That VWAP is getting rejected as well. That New York VWAP is getting rejected as well. We'll see. ES is climbing back into the orb. Not really. Let's see what other indexes are doing. Divergence. Divergence is when you see we both made those highs. Those highs were made at the same time. This high. And now NQ made a higher high, ES didn't, so it's a divergence. Divergence means that you have something that shows different story than the ES, like RSI divergences. RSI divergence is when price is in an uptrend and RSI is in a downtrend. It's doing something that's divergent to it. Let's see if we can find example. This is not the best chart. Let's see if we can find some examples on 15 minutes. Easy. Oh yeah, it's a perfect example. Look what's going on here. The RSI is downtrending when the price is uptrending. This is I can put it here as well as a support. It's the same time frame, but RSI is trending down. It's making lower lows. Price is making higher highs. So they are opposite each other. So that's a divergence. And the index divergence is this one. Like there would be a divergence if ES will take out this low now. It will be the same divergence vice versa. Those divergences can be sometimes super juicy to give you entries because your rule for the trade is really easy. If ES deletes this divergence, if this high stops being the high in the ES and we take this high out, then there is no more divergence. Let's see. We have 6 minutes until this 4-hour candle close. Some headlines coming in. Man, this is screaming to short more than anything. The fact that we are rejecting from the VWAP, sorry, not the VWAP, New York VWAP, is really freaking bearish. Or it's like, it's not really freaking bearish, but it's supporting the theory we have for the shorts. Looks 2 15-minute candles doji. Yeah, something like this. But that rejection, the fact that we are holding the New York VWAP as a resistance is a good sign for shorts if you're shorting this market already. This retest is actually really good. The rest of the market is going down as well. I would say quite a quiet market open, that's for sure. It's not a lot going on, but at the same time I think shorts might be the play from the New York VWAP. From here, 1557. The question is like, where do you put your stop loss? Do you keep it above this New York VWAP? It's not bad idea. Maybe if we close low orb I go short. It's not bad idea because ES is kind of closing candles outside of the orb as well. I hope this new 4 hour, we are opening 4 hour candle in 4 minutes, 3 minutes, yeah, 3.5 minutes. I hope this 4 hour candle will do some trickery to the upside. It will go up a little bit to make the top wick for the 4 hour candle. We'll see. I'm starting to lean towards playing the orb breakout. If ES closes this 5-minute candle outside of orb, I might go in. Man, it's not giving any volatility, huh? Market is super slow right now. It's making a hedge fuge. What's going on, mate? How you doing? The market is getting for the next move, that's for sure. And I think the next move is bearish. We are below the VWAP as well. We're not closing 1 hour candle below 9 EMA. ES 2 minutes until this candle closes. I mean, like, we still haven't closed any candles below the orb though. Orb is not so wide too, so I don't think inverse orb will be any type of play today. Maybe inverse orb from the orb high can be a case. Okay, let's see how this market behaves at these levels. ES is coming close to the daily low soon, London low. NQ is quite far away from the London low. Quite far away from the London low. I mean, I don't want to rush into any setups, any trades, but are we closing 15 minute under 15 minute 9 EMA as well? Ooh, 5 minutes rejected from the 200 EMA. Ooh, the story is developing bearish, that's for sure. Stochastic has room, RSI has room. I mean, everything is signaling short. The question is, where do we pull the trigger? Okay, we have less than 50 seconds until the 4 hour candle closes and this candle closes. I think now, after this 4 hour candle close, we really need to find a trade. That's gonna be probably the best opportunity today. We have 30 seconds until this candle closes. ES took out the low, NQ is far away. Kinda bullish divergence. It's similar what happened up here, right? Up here we have this. Sorry. I'm gonna throw it again, 1 second. Like this. And now we have this. So there's 2 divergences playing out here. We have one bearish divergence, we have one bullish divergence. I'm leaning still that, yeah, okay, now let's see. The 4 hour candle needs to be aggressive. Nice. This is exactly what we want. Nice, nice, nice. We want this 4-hour candle opening to be aggressive. Let me go in and I'm ready to execute. Okay, I'm ready to scale into this position a little bit. Give me a little bit time to see how it reacts, but this is exactly what I wanted from this 4-hour candle open. Why do we want the 4-hour candle aggressive? It's just the fact that it's a new 4-hour candle open. It's a new 4-hour candle open, and in this case, if it's a new 4-hour candle open, I'm hoping the aggressive move is to the opposite of the trend. It makes the... If you look at the 4-hour candles, let me find a clean chart. If you look at the 4-hour candles, I am kinda hoping for any top wick. So I am kinda hoping this, like whenever we open 4-hour candle, even if it's gonna be bearish candle, if the opening is opposite the trend, which is in this case bullish, if it goes against my trend, then it's a perfect 4-hour candle open, because it kind of creates the idea, okay, maybe we just made the top wick for the new 4-hour candle open, and now it's time to have a red candle. I'm gonna target those daily lows here. 200 points, man. 200 points seems like nothing in this market right now. It really seems like nothing in this market right now. But I don't think we have much room to go down. But it's just Rowie, it's just the candle formation. It's just the way those candles form, and I'm just taking the odds that if you're gonna have a bearish candle, we will see a top wick on the bearish candle. It's not gonna be bearish candle without the wick. I'm not saying it's impossible to have a bearish candle without the wick. I'm just saying that there's high likeliness that we're gonna see a top wick on the bearish candle. Maybe this candle will be bullish, right? But then I will kind of expect the opening to be more bearish as well, that it's gonna continue aggressively down, creating the bottom wick and kind of baiting everyone on the shorter time frame in. And we'll see. But I always check what the candle openings are doing. I'm holding this trade until we close candle above New York VWAP. I'm just giving you my rules as well. My trade rule for this trade is if we close 5-minute candle above this yellow line, I don't see the need to hold this trade anymore. Otherwise, I'm gonna hold it until daily lows. My dip is 352. So my trade, let me put it here as well. Something like this. 52 is where my trade is, something like this. 553. This is my trade right now, so I don't need to switch screens. 200 point. I mean, it's not impossible, it's just like I hope we have room to go down. Now we are nicely breaking down. I want to make it exactly 200 points, but I can't. It doesn't let me. Let's see how this market develops. The rest of the market is going down as well. The rest of the market is going down as well. But it's not like, again, like, I like shorts, but I don't like that we don't have much room to go down. I really think we don't have much room to go down. We'll see. Let this trade play out. Let this trade play out, but I want to have a freaking bearish bias when we are bumping and we are higher and I can find a reversal. Right now it feels like you're trying to, you go with the trend, which is okay, but you're squeezing out the last bits of profits, and yeah, we'll see. Now we activated to the upside and boom, I'm gonna exit this trade if we close 5-minute candle above this New York VWAP. We'll see, but I don't think we have so much room to go down, even if we are bearish biased. Like if you want to short anywhere here, you need really good entry, because the market already gave me around, I think, like 75 points on this trade. I didn't take TP because I'm holding until the TP, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we go down 3-4% today, but honestly I think like we are already down 2% and we are shorting this. It's a little bit, you know, hard to see how we're not gonna bounce, and yeah, it's I'm gonna go break even. I'm gonna find new entry because this is a little bit too aggressive to my liking. I'm rather have a new entry than lose money on a trade, especially a trade like this. I try to go as break even as possible. I want to protect my trade, but I also don't want to do something stupid. Bro, for XFA we use one MQ, and for combine, what do you prefer? Your entry is so precise. If you get stopped at break even, have to find a better position. I kinda agree with you, but we'll see how this market plays out. We'll see how this market plays out. I'm a little bit skeptical that we're gonna see more than -3% today. And I think my TP is close to that -3%. I hope to be wrong. I really hope to be wrong. I wouldn't mind if we go down 3-4%. Hit my TP. And I was thinking yesterday when the market opened overnight, did you see the last 1-minute candle of ES? Oh, it was so bearish. They were selling it on the last minute. They don't want to bring it down more than 2%. You can see it. They don't want to break it more, and I'm break even probably. And I'm break even probably. I'm telling you, this market, it's bearish, but does it have room to go down? Can I put my break even? No, I can't put. I can't squeeze my break even the more tight as well. But they're not letting this market go down more than 2% right now. That's why I have on break even. But we'll see. We'll see how this 5-minute candle closes. This new 5-minute candle opens super bearish. That's not really bearish sign. If your candle opens against the trend, yeah, I think this is a break-even trade. Or not. Maybe I'm doubtful. But for combine I use 5 to 10 micros, 5 to 10. If the market is so volatile, you are good to go with 3 micros as well. You don't need more than 3 micros if the market is this volatile. But if the market is a little bit more quiet, then I think 5 to 10 micros will... It depends what combine account you're meaning as well. I make only the 150,000 accounts, so I have more room. If you're trading 50,000 accounts, I wouldn't go over 5 micros. It's 200 points is your MLL, maximum throwdown, or maximum loss limit, in a sense. So yeah, this doesn't want to go down, huh? Yeah, I'm break even. It was fun while it lasted, huh? It was fun while it lasted. This market doesn't want to go below that 2% mark. Don't give me break even as a first trade. Come on. Come on. I was waiting for the setup. I was waiting for so long. Don't give me this break even bullshit. Let's check a little bit what the market... Yeah, I mean, like, we are not getting rid of... Yeah, it's break even. I'm telling you, this market doesn't have... It doesn't have much room to go down. And then break even. I feel like the market needs pump up a little bit more before a bigger drop. I agree completely. That's why I went break even. Otherwise I would hold this trade with some little bit wider stop loss. But this market, it needs to go up a little bit before it goes down so much. Because we are down 2%, don't forget. Man, if it break evens me and now goes... I couldn't find entry, I'm impressed at that short. That's how we do it. We find good entries. But man, no, don't even put this into my head that we got break even. No signal for longs anywhere. For me, I don't see, because we are below those EMAs. We are below 4-hour EMA. We are below daily 9 EMA. We are at the daily 200 EMA. That's like your last line as a bull. If this breaks, you're completely fucked as a bull. But you are 9 hours is below every single EMA. 4 hours is below every single EMA. Like I see a case for longs in case we retest this 4-hour 9 EMA, or we retest those EMAs. 1 hour maybe does do 100 EMA retest, something like this. Those are the cases I see for the bulls, but I don't see us being like actually bullish when we are below those EMAs. Guys, I think I got break even and now it goes my way. The classic. We'll see. That wick for the break even was personal. If it goes my way, if it goes now my way, that break even wick was personal. And now if I would enter, my entry would be so much worse, huh? Nah, I'm a little bit pissed off at this trade. So you only ever trade with the trend. It must get tempting to trade reversals. Man, I trade, honestly I will say that I trade reversals more than the trend. But of course, trend is your friend until it's not. and my whole trading style is either going with the trend, for example with 15 minute 9 EMA, which I think is one of the best ways to follow a trend. You follow the 9 EMA on at least 5 or 15 minutes. And I trade reversals extremely a lot. There's so many times where I'm streaming, I go in a trade, and there's gonna be like 5 people in the chat who's gonna be like, oh, why are you going in shorts? It's looking so bullish. That's the thing with reversals, because things look so goddamn bullish before they look bearish. Things look so bearish before they look bullish, right? You either wait for confirmation. If you wait for confirmation, you're not gonna get nice entry. If you don't wait for confirmation, you kinda need to be correct. Don't say salute, guys. It's I got break even on this trade. I feel this break even was so personal because now this market is like this for the first trade is not nice. Look at the wick we had. Tell me this is not personal. It wicked me out at the break even and now it's going. I took the same trade you see on my screen, Pietro. I was short, I went to break even. It wicked me out, and now if I would be still in, this last candle wicked me out. Man, fuck this last candle. 24,200 would be a target. I mean, it's not far fetched, but it's just a question if the market actually goes down 3% today. It's also the percentage thing. Like, we are down 2%, and the reason I went to break even, I was like, I don't know if this market has so much room to go down, but now it put me at the break even and it goes my way. Oh, this is so... Look, the last candle wick. This wick here was my break even. You can't make this up. I mean, I hope at least some of you are still holding the trade. Man. Man. If it goes to my TP, that would suck. Ay. It actually wicked me out and now it goes to my DP. Man, I should have managed that trade so much better. Bad luck pro happens, especially when extremely volatile markets. I'm just scalping 7-15 points on ES in and out. It's too volatile for me. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad way to trading it if it's super volatile. It gives you those TPs really quickly, or I mean stop losses as well, but if you're at the right side of the market. Ay man, this wicked me out so unluckily exactly at my entry. Like, this last candle was my break even. That's criminal. He sold dump it? Of course I know the meme. This... Okay, we are down 2.3% now. Man, it's a red day in the markets, huh? It's a red day in the markets. But I feel that they really... someone said that the ES delta looks super positive. Can you guys confirm it? If ES delta looks super positive? Man, it actually goes to my DP now. Why does this shit has to wick when I'm in? Now it doesn't do any wicks. Look, the last 15-minute candle which wicked me out. Why do you need to do shit like this before you actually go down? I'm on simulated platform. There is no actual liquidity in my trading. You don't need to hunt. It's still 6.7k. So that's why it's struggling to go down. It's people are buying it like crazy right now, buying the dip, but buying the dip is not really working for them right now. Man, this trade actually plays out. This trade is actually playing out. This is... Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Man, my short entry was so good as well. Break even too quickly. Nice, guys, your TPs are hitting. At least you guys are eating, huh? I got my break even. 9 EMA. I wish I didn't take quick profit. I mean, it's tempting when the profit is there. Bro, for the next stream, my suggestion will be no music, please. Not everyone likes music, and even more when trading, we have to stay focused. Brother, I don't think I will be able to sit. I can put music a little bit quiet, but I don't think I can sit in a room without completely music. I can put music just a little bit more quiet. Dude, the volatility was wild at the ore blows. Luckily didn't get stopped, just hit TP. Music is good. Yeah, we have two opposites. I think it's normal. We have two opposites of opinion in the chat. I think some prefer it, some not. But it's just myself as well. Like if I'm gonna sit here in a silent stream. Aye, guys, my trade was so freaking good. Aye. How many people we have watching? We have 67 people watching, guys. I hope you guys still enjoying the stream, even if we got break even on this trade. Man, that sucks. What's up, Peter? I'm not gonna call you Kate anymore. You told me you're Peter. Peter, we had one short, as you see. This was my short, and I went to break even a little bit too early. It was a little bit wicky. And now the trade is working exactly. The same trade is working exactly how I hoped it will. Reverse trade, maybe? You wanna go long here? For me, there is no long setup yet. Maybe when the Vive activation, but guys, do you really want to long in this market? I'm not saying it's wrong, but like, man, if the war is getting priced in, right? That's bearish. We all know it. But I just see the I just see how like we have so much higher chance for really bad headlines. Of course, I hope not, but I've been keeping eye on the news a lot regarding what's going on in the Middle East. And I think markets, that's why we are down almost 3% or 2%, minus 2% as well, is because like it's bearish. There is no argument about it, right? We have the oil supply kinda cut out. Oil affects every single thing we use, cars, I don't know, whatever is built for us, factories, everything uses gasoline or oil and crude oil and so on. So it's really hard for me to, even if there is really good setup for longs, that good setup will disappear with one negative headline. And I honestly like the way the whole thing is developing in Middle East. I don't see, at least for this week, I don't see how there's gonna be positive headlines which will turn this market around. I think market understands that this war is now actually accelerating, sadly, and it's bearish. I think it's like one of the worst times in probably market history. Again, I'm not. Let's say it's the worst time in the last 20 years to go long in this market, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying longs are wrong. Maybe you can find some longs, but also understand that this bearish move is not because market is doing it. It's because the sentiment in the world is really freaking bearish. I got stopped out with you, but it's fun learning orb with you. It's so worth it. I'm glad we found some positivity in my orb trade, because look at this. It's fucking hitting my TP. Ay. But we learn. That's trading. We learn something every single day. We had the perfect entry. I need $100 more to be funded again after having lost my 50k funded. Got 1k payout on it months ago. Let's go. Don't rush the 100. I know the last 100 or whatever the last remaining you have. Especially if it's a small amount, you're like, I can find one trade, make my 100. But sometimes that 100 can turn into minus 500 if you don't really like no matter how much you have left, just play it slow. Don't rush to take any trades. Now is now time to buy. It broke previous low. I don't think there is a time to buy in this market. Not financial advice, but I don't think there is opportunity to buy this market. Like can it reverse? It always can do. It can always reverse. But can it act like a market in normal conditions? I don't think so. I heard Top Step changing their plan rules. Which one you think is the best? To be honest, I still don't understand the whole consistency path. I haven't focused because all my XFAs are younger before the rule was introduced, and usually like Top Step has like if you have active accounts before they put any rules, then you are not affected by it, which is really nice. But I'm not really sure. Like what I always recommend, what I always do, copy the whole rule thing to ChatGPT and then start asking questions. Ask the same questions you ask from me or Gemini or ChatGPT, it doesn't matter. But put it in the LLM, put it in the ask from AI. That's the easiest way to like ask those questions. Like as soon as you copy the whole rule thing to ChatGPT, you can just ask what happens if I do this? What happens if I do this? What happens if I make so much money on one day? It's so easy to find answers like this. I'm still in a trade, bro. Did you take the trade when I took it? I will be TP right now. Yeah, it will be my TP right now. But I put my stop at the top week of the new 4 hour. Let's go, user. Nice trade. That's a nice freaking trade. That's a really nice freaking trade. Well played. Honestly, well played. I should be in this trade too, but let's go. Not trading today, my chart is bugging, missing candles. Rockets. It's the air defense. If you are right now getting bullish because of the candle opening, Remember what we say? If it's 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour candle opening, don't just look what it's doing the first 1 minute. Because right now we just opened 15-minute candle, so my assumption, we are creating the top wick. It's not financial advice. What was your entry confluence today? Bearish bias and the fact that we didn't get over of this New York VWAP, and ES was kind of outside of the orb, New York VWAP as a resistance, and then just before I entered, I said if this new 4 hour candle opens bullish, I'm gonna go short, because my assumption was we have a bearish bias, we have new 4 hour candle opening, so we're probably gonna leave the top wick. As soon as I saw that 4 hour candle opened super bullish, we were at the same time, we were, I think, where did I enter? Here? Yeah. This was my break-even candle, this was my entry. So this candle here, let me make it a little bit here. This candle here was the 4 hour opening. My assumption was if 4 hours will be bearish, we're gonna open really bullish. And that kind of like made me entry. I still think this is a 15-minute candle opening a wick. I might be completely wrong, guys. It's not that it's unknown territories for me, but I think it's unknown territories for all of us. How the market reacts during the war, we haven't seen this kind of war, at least in my trading journey, right? We had, I think COVID was the last like major market mover, but we haven't seen move like this for a long time. Sorry guys. We haven't seen event like this for a long time. So I don't know as well what market exactly does in those kind of conditions, like situations. I think we all gonna find out in the next few months. What hesitated me to hold this short, I had break even. As you see, I'm only up $1 because I went to break even. I was a little bit unlucky with this, but it is what it is. But what hesitated me to like go into break even so quickly, which now in hindsight I shouldn't have done, is the fact that we are down 2.5%. And what I have generally seen when there's no wars, but what I have generally seen in these markets is usually when we are down 2.5% or we are up 2.5%, usually that's the time when there's gonna be some reversals. So I was like, we are already down 2%, like it's also like, even if we are bearish, how much they're gonna push market down today with us being so bearish? That's another question. It's like, how much room do we actually have to go down? And that made me go into break even really quickly. And it looks like it's a 15-minute. Man, I am a little bit pissed off from the fact that I went to break even. I know it's unlucky. I know it's okay. I kind of want to chase the shorts because we are rejecting at the 9 EMA on 5 minutes. I want to wait for candle confirmation, but like, kind of want to chase the short. I managed to catch the first push lower on my way back home from the kindergarten. It's very scary to trade on your phone. Bro, I have lost some combines, not XFAs, but I have lost some combines when I'm driving. Not good idea. Don't drive and use your phone, guys. That's the first thing. But yeah, trading with your phone when you're driving, I've been there. It's just, you need to put a really strong rule for yourself to not do it. And if I will chase this short right now, I will need 100-point stop loss. I don't like 100-point stop loss if I will chase this short now, because the thing is, we are 100 points from the orb low. Like, I will protect my trade with the orb low. Do we have, I mean, look how much worse this freaking entry would be. That's the another thing psychologically, right? If you chase the shorts now, it's psychologically so much harder to hold the new short because you're like, ah, if I just held my first trade, it will be all fine. Let's see. We don't close 5-minute candles above the EMA as well, man. I think chasing shorts really soon is not. We'll see, we'll see. I will execute. I'm not gonna only speak about it. I'm gonna execute as well. But that's such a good trade, guys. Such a good trade. I don't wanna take a bad trade after this now. Such a good 200-point trade. It really is eating me inside. It really is eating me inside. Last 5-minute candle had more volume than the previous 4. Yeah, it really did, huh? Maybe there is some deep buying. Maybe there is reversal in play here. You never know. You never know, guys. You think it can go down to 24,239 on 4 hours? Seems like a higher time frame TP. Kindergarten starting trading young. It's a nice retracement, right? It's a nice retracement, and as Peter said, we had volume on this last buying as well. We have a little bit RSI bullish divergence, right? We have RSI is a little bit higher, but the price is lower. How is NQ today? Man, NQ fucked me today. I had this short and I went to break even. So NQ is not treating me so good. I had amazing short, as you see. My entry was here, and then I got break even, and then it went to my TP, like quite literally to my TP. So I'm a little bit pissed off at NQ, but I don't mind shorting this again. I don't mind. I've been wicked out so many times on NQ. That's why you always see me like really with wide stop losses, because like it comes down to you knowing the symbol you're trading. If you know NQ, like you need to be a little bit lucky if you want to have tight stop losses. And that's why I always say, like, don't put your stop loss where you think you don't want to lose more money. Put your stop loss where your trade idea really doesn't make sense anymore. Like the trade idea you took, it doesn't make sense if it hits your stop loss. Then it's not valid anymore. Because a lot of times what we do is we protect our money. We put, oh, I don't want to lose more than $200. That's where I set my stop loss. And then NQ wicks you out, and then it goes your way. Well, then you have two problems. You either had too wide of a stop, not wide enough stop loss, right? You were in with the big size. Or the next one is the fact that you didn't put your stop loss in the correct place. You didn't think like we need to think like a robot. Lucas, I want to give you a warm hug right now. I love comments like this. I mean, it's nice to have you guys like calming me down, because obviously like I really wish I wasn't break even on that trade, because I would be up 400, which is 1.2k with my account size. But I think, and we'll see. Let's see how this candles develop. But I think, yes, I'm gonna go into short here. I'm gonna wait. Not here. We have patience. I'm gonna try to short the orb low, but we might not go there. Okay, patience. I'm not pressing the button yet. But orb low is at the same area where we have the let me see. Orb low is exactly at the same area where we have New York VWAP. So there's strong. Two confluence is really strong. We are 40 points away from the orb low. Let's see. I don't wanna jump into trade as well because I know I'm a little bit on a tilt. I know this as well. But it's like now the risk reward is starting to make sense. Are we at the? Not yet. Can we go to the 9 EMA on 15 minutes? Is it that? Thank you. Oh, we did. Okay. Let's see. We have 3 minutes. This candle is. I'm gonna go in with one now. I'm gonna monitor this trade, but I'm gonna put my stop loss 506 because if you break inside the orb, then it's cooked anyway, right? 506. Can we get the orb retest? Oh, this trade looks so fucking bad compared to the last trade. I'm so pissed off I got break even. Oh, you can't make this up. But let's see if this EMA breaks as well, then whatever. It happens, guys. 286 will be my TP. We'll see if this orb low will hold my entries. Let's put it about this way. Man, don't be so hard on yourself. I think it's not even me being hard on myself. It's I haven't. It's also like I want to have one bigger green day, you know. I want to have like one 400, 500 day. And yesterday, I mean, okay, you're right, Peter. You guys are super correct, and then that's why I love streaming to you guys as well. It's live trading is stressful alone, but seeing how the same trade you took that you planned was hitting your TP after breaking, it's stressing, right? And it's also like I think I'm gonna go 300 here. Let's see if we can put the new lows. The question is like, are they leaving such a big wick on this 15-minute candle? Because we still have 1 minute on this 15-minute candle. That would be quite brutal. Where is my new TP? Let me see. I'll wait for this 15-minute candle close, but we rejected 15-minute also. We rejected 15 minutes also from the 15-minute 9 EMA. I really like it. I really like the fact that I can delete this yellow area right now, but you see how we got rejected? I really like the rejection. Don't think about the future and how you're going to even remember that trade in 2 days. That's true, that's true. The only thing that would really suck is if I get stopped out now, lose money, and then I will be in the negative after having opportunity to be plus 400, right? That would only, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but that would suck a little bit. I will wait for the VWAP retest. Yeah, my stop loss is where the New York VWAP, if you're talking about the New York VWAP. The New York VWAP is here. Are we gonna come to the overnight VWAP? I mean, there's always a chance. There's always a chance. You guys are seeing bullish setup here, longing the or blow. I mean, there is a chance of reversal, right? That we're gonna bump a little bit higher, make people go into longs. You're waiting for the overnight. Overnight VWAP. I mean, it's not a stretch. It can happen, but we'll see if it actually does as well. But you guys have much more balls than me, because going long in this market is difficult, especially when we are down 2%. But it's not always bad idea, right? Going long in this market is not bad idea at all. Let's see, this is hourly close as well. I think this candle will decide a lot if there is any long opportunities here. We took out the daily lows, so there is some kind of conversation, right? We took out major lows. We had some volume increase, but is this enough for the market to turn bullish? I think this 1 hour candle close will be super interesting, right? The bears want this candle to close super bearish. The bulls are like, this is our reversal. So I think there's gonna be a lot of fighting before this 1 hour candle close. You know what? I don't have confidence in this trade. I don't have confidence in this trade. Guys, I'm gonna go fill my water. I need to reset mentally. I'm not in a good mental space in terms of holding my trades. I'll give me 3 minutes. Okay, we are back. I need to fix my mental state a little bit before I enter into a trade. I feel like my trade holding is back. But Pope asked, I entered, did you take a trade today? These are the 2 trades that I've taken today, but I got break even on the first one. And now I closed as well because the break even trade fucked me, and as you see, it's doing exactly. That was not 3 minutes. I mean, my water supply is not so far away as well. I don't sell a course, so I don't have the luxury of mention. That was the fastest 3 minutes I have ever seen. That's why my girlfriend never agrees. I tell her it's 5 minutes, it's amazing. No, she tells no, it's not 5 minutes. If you know what I mean. Best I can do is 3 seconds exactly, maybe 5 when it's birthday. It's very volatile today. Man, That's why I love shorts. I love shorts because it makes the market volatile. But as you can see, you can be pussy like me. I mean, you are what you eat, right? But you can be pussy like me, who doesn't have balls to hold the trades, and then you sit here, eat your banana, and make strange jokes. Right, guys? You know what we're gonna do? Let's see. I posted on Reddit today. Let's see the comments. I'm interested to see what the comments. I posted on Topstep Reddit. I mean, of course, I'm gonna use this a little bit for my marketing as well, right? It gets eyes. If I have a calendar like this was the post today, to look this beauty one more time. Of course, I'm gonna use this calendar to get some subscribers as well. But let's see what the comments are. I'm interested. I haven't seen. Let's see if we have some haters here. I'm looking for haters. We have our first one. How is even possible? Probably scam and screenshot generated by AI. That's true. Maybe I am AI, guys. Maybe I am the AI. Maybe not the calendar is AI, but I am the AI. I think you should stream on Kick. They pay better than YouTube. You guys are getting paid. I haven't received a single cent. I haven't received a single cent from YouTube. But no, I will switch streaming. You should do video post. I have a lot of new videos recorded. Now it's time for my editor to shine. But I'm recording and there's a lot of new videos. Wait, I need to reply to this. A little bit irony. Wait, where is my link? Where is my link? Wait, what? Guys, it's not working. It's not working. Where's this comment? I wanted to respond. I wanted to respond. Videos have more weight as evidence. Yes, so yeah, I mean, but in Dubstep it's easy. I can just copy the link and then you see exactly the same page as me. You see the whole, like this I can't fake, right? I can fake screenshot of the calendar, but I can't fake the, man. Can I crash out on stream? Do you see this shit? My two entries. Ay. What, we are up $27? I mean, we are up, okay, we are up 300, almost 300 here, so it's not so bad, but 4,925k. I definitely want to make video about the streak as well, but how do I make video of the streak right now if it's still there? I want to make a streak video when it finishes. I don't know when it finishes. Yesterday we were super close. I was thinking I was like minus 200 when we left the stream, right? Yeah, you see, we started minus 200 and then we climbed back. I mean, as you see, I didn't do anything special. First trade lose, and these two are one trade. I just won the second trade, and that's how you do it as well. If you lose the first trade, like, that's why I hate oversizing, or I hate sizing peak, because imagine if I I lost the first trade on 1 micro, minus 200. Now imagine if I was with 1 mini, I would have lost 2000 in first trade. Even then, if you follow your rules that you're gonna say like, hey, I'm gonna give myself maximum 3 trades. If I lose the first, I'm gonna take 1 more. If I lose that one as well, maybe I'm done, or maybe I give myself 1 more trade. But if you lose the first and you're minus 2000, if your account size is not like 150,000 or like super big account, you probably not gonna you're not gonna control your emotions the way you expect, because money affects us. And if you see minus 2000 on your first trade, I think there's so big likelihood that you're gonna go on a roll, do revenge trade, try to make it back much quicker than you should. So that's why I hate oversizing as well. It's super hard to survive losing trades, especially with my trading style. With some traders, it makes sense. Their stop losses is 20 points. They take profit is 50 points. They get in and out quite quickly, right? Like super quick scalpers. 50 points today is, I think every candle is 50 points. Let me see if I'm speaking facts or I'm speaking shit. Let's take this 5-minute candle. Yeah, 82 points, 1 5-minute candle, right? You can make 50 points with 1 mini is 1000. If you catch it 1 time per day with 1 mini, you are done. But my trading style is like truly like having wide stop losses. And I would say that you can make an argument that I have a skill issue with entries. If I have a wide stop loss, why your entries are so shit, right? And I mean, I don't disagree. It's just like my whole trading philosophy is like, put your stop loss where the trade doesn't make any more sense. And in that case, those stop losses can be quite wide, and especially if you know NQ a little bit as well, that thing can wick you out if you have tight stop losses. So if I will trade the same trades with 2 minis, or sorry, 1 mini, 10 micros, I will probably be screwed quite quickly. Probably. Let's see, we put some things here as well. I think the market is still bearish. I think we are finding some pace here. We're definitely finding some pace. I think the only reason we are not down more is I honestly think there are some, especially pension funds, I think. Especially pension funds. And again, guys, I'm not a quant trader. I don't study financials, economy. I'm not professional in that space. My opinion is you can be dumb as a rock. And maybe I'm dumb as a rock, I don't know. But you can be dumb as a rock and still be profitable trader. I don't think you need to know everything about the economy. But one thing that I think I know is a lot of pension funds, the pension funds itself, at least in some countries, and I think US is one of them, or the banks have kind of like a law or rule where the pension funds can only take long positions. They can't take short positions. They can't go against the market. So what I think is happening a little bit and why we see delta so massive, I think their machines, robots, whatever is trading for them, right? It's not usually humans who are trading for big institutions. Whatever it's trading for them, they probably have like, if you're only allowed to buy, why you're not gonna buy the index every time it's down 2.5%? Because you know the historic performance like makes sense that you buy when the daily swing is 2%. So I think that's why also like the market is super bearish, but there's a lot of buying pressure, that is, whether it's by those, I don't want to say hedge funds, but those ETFs, pension funds, maybe retail buying dip as well. So I think like market will be down probably more, and I think we're gonna see minus 5% as well. I think it's gonna be quite similar to the whole tariff thing in a way, where we're gonna see really red days thanks to the war. There's gonna be some escalations. Let's hope not, right? The thing is, like, I want to short the market because I love shorts more, but I don't want to short the market because there's a fucking war. I choose peace any day, right, than making money with my shorts. I want to make shorts based on just the market structure and everything. But I think, and again, I'm just being realistic, not over optimistic. I think there's gonna be really bad headlines from this Middle East conflict. There's gonna be, unfortunately, some civilian casualties in different countries, which will spark new responses and everything. That's just like realistic. I don't want to sound that I know it all, and I don't know it all. I don't know anything. Again, I'm dumb as a rock probably, but it's just like the way things are escalating. Like, realistic view is it's gonna get worse before it gets better, right? So keeping that in mind, yes, today we might hold the 2%, 2.3, 2.5% that we are down, but I think there's gonna be days in the next month, at least in March. I think there's gonna be days where we're gonna see this market down 5% as well. What do you think now? Do you just wait and see what the market will present to you? Yeah, 100%. Because I got break even on a really good trade that little bit screwed my psychology. And I will be comfortable going in if I see that, like, I will consider entry because I'm not in this trade anymore. I will maybe consider entry here, like the OR blow, and just play the OR breakout. But also, like, I'm a little bit skeptical that we're gonna push a lot lower. I think the best scenario is that we have some momentum as a bulls. We're maybe gonna go inside the orb. I don't think there's gonna be full reversal for bulls. I just don't see how the big, like, yesterday was the same. Like, yesterday when the market started closing, you saw how aggressive it got with the sells. The market was zombie rallying, as we call it, but the short that gave me 1000 on my 4th XFA, I was in with 7 micros. It was like this because there was a like fat red candle out of nowhere. This one, right? This movement here. This was like out of nowhere after this zombie rally. And I think, like, and also, like, usually zombie rallies, they don't have so aggressive pullbacks. Like, generally the zombie rallies. So I think what was happening yesterday, we were zombie rallying to kind of create the fake psychology aspect, right? To make the people believe that the war is priced in and the markets are still bullish. But also, like, every time we had selling in the zombie rally, it was quite aggressive. So I think it was just those big boys offloading their orders. And then on the last minute, I love to look on the last minute of ES. As you see, the volume was the highest on the last minute. But if you really looked, this is 5-minute chart. I look on 1 minute when I'm talking about last minute. But when you look the candle on the last minute, it was also selling. So I think, like, no matter who you are, like, I mean, like hedge fund or HTA firm, some other capital managing firm, whatever they are, I think all of them is little bit, so they don't know exactly what's gonna happen in the next 2 weeks, right? So I think, like, they don't want to be so much in the market as well, except maybe in gold or maybe in silver again. What's gold and silver doing today? I mean, gold is up a little bit. No, this is not gold. Where's gold? Gold is down actually 4%. You would expect this to be higher, huh? But I think, like, any full reversals into longs. Ooh, now we have something. Do we have news or this is just a bump? But it's just like, what I'm trying to say is, will we see bullish moves? Absolutely. Will we close the day bullish? I don't think so. It's just, I don't see how those big boys want to be inside this market when the market is closed. I know they can sell off market as well, and they have the dark pool, and they can kind of like sell orders different ways as well, right? They're the big boys. They kind of make the rules for themselves. But the point being is, even if we're gonna see some bullish swings, I think like anytime we are getting closer to the market close, we're gonna see more selling. It's really pump and dump. It truly is pump and dump. And like one thing for sure is, let's see where it goes. I think these lows, we have tested them four times so far, I think, and now we broke it a bit, but we're rejecting it. But I think we're going to the bush a bit so we can have more momentum on the downside. Man, that was a long message. I felt like Eminem. But I agree with you. It's, even if you're bearish, you're still gonna see some bullish moves. You can't have all the market in shorts. And again, volatility is super high. 150, like we can check the ATR as well. 150-minute candle. Oh, this is daily. I was like, oh yeah, 150-minute candle is 100 points. So if 150-minute candle is 100 points, yeah, it is. Yeah, even maybe 200 points, right? So this market is moving super volatile. What I would be interested now, guys, wait, this is actually cooking. This is actually cooking something. What I would be definitely interested is maybe we get another. And Peter, you were right. We did came to the overnight VWAP. But it's again, like, it's also the fact that we all have different views on the market. You can throw so many different conclusions what market can do. And that, I think that's the beauty of trading as well. It's the fact that you can find so many different elements in this, man. Now I kinda, where are we bouncing on EMAs? Okay. Man, what a wild market, huh? We love volatility, so I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Back to my OG entry. I mean, thank God, right? We are back to my OG entry. Thank God. Because, like, imagine if my trade, like, I don't want to imagine. We are back to my OG entry. You're completely correct. This is getting interesting. This is getting interesting. Do we see, are we gonna see divergence? This is what I'm hoping for a golden setup. Or is this VWAP enough? The volume is high. No more FOMO. Exactly, no more FOMO. But if NQ makes a new high, that would be juicy, huh? Man, that's wild. We are 200% up from the bottom. 200% up. Let's see how this is quite wild. Again, I think it's our first time trading a war, huh? And that's another thing. I think it's a lot of retail trading for the first time a war. I don't think, like, even Russian-Ukraine war, I wasn't looking at the markets when it started, but this hits more close to home, right? Because I'm Estonian, and this is like, it was on our Independence Day as well. So I remember the day super clearly. But as far as I understand, it still didn't move the market so much because US was not involved and so on. So it's also, I don't think it's similar to Russia-Ukraine war for the markets. We have so much dip buyers. Yeah, you know what's crazy? When we had the last bear run or small bear market that lasted for maybe 3 months, you know what was crazy? After they pulled the statistics, I don't know where they took those statistics. Maybe it's like me, when I talk about some things, I take those things out of my ass. I'm not gonna lie. It's just I read somewhere something, I don't confirm it. So that's why I always say, like, take it as a grain of salt if I tell you some educational things. But what I saw about the last bear market that we had from the Trump tariff thing was the retail was buying while the institutions were selling. Like, usually you would expect a little bit vice versa, right? You would expect the institutions to create panic so retail will sell. But the last April, I recommend you to check CVD indicator. Does it show me the correct CVD? Because I've tried so many CVD indicators. You mean this one, right? Does it show the actual delta? Because if you compare this to bookmap, I don't know if I believe it. That's the case. Like, is this, do we actually have 1.1k as a delta for NQ right now? That's what I'm interested. If you guys confirm me, it's 1.1k. If this is actually the real delta, man, that would be lifesaver. But I heard so many bad stories about trading view and order flow. Usually, like, they all say like I'm gonna keep it Peter, because I love CVD itself. I always believe that trading view is not the platform for it. Why not keep it on the chart? Why not keep it on the chart? Man, the Reddit posting is always so crazy. Look at this. 12k views. That's why I also like, don't get me wrong, I will milk this calendar if I can, right? I mean, who wouldn't in my position? If you have a green calendar for 4 months, of course I'm gonna use it for marketing. In terms of like getting new subscribers and stuff. That's not the secret. And I'm low-key interested in shorts again. The question is, where are we rejecting? We have such a long way to go on 1 hour, huh? We have such a long way to go. Is there anyone today here in the stream who is from the Reddit? It would be interesting to know if he actually found new stream watchers. How many people we are watching? Man, I need to hire someone professional who will help me set up everything. Everything about my streaming is as amateurish as I'm here, bro. You absolutely smashed the Reddit post, man. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the community. Join the Discord as well. It's completely free. Nothing about my trading is paid or monetized in any way. If there's someone who is gonna DM you pretending to be me, they are just scamming you. It's not me. I'm not gonna DM you to share some kind of... That's the only thing. But welcome to the community. Super happy to have you here. Just came from Reddit. Let's go, guys. We have some new people. CVD session 12k bookmap. $12k on bookmap, but this is a session. Okay. I need a quick course how to read the TradingView CVD. Because with like, if you have a bookmap, you have a really clear. Man, my entry is still holding, but I think we have a bullish momentum for a little while. This VWAP is holding, but I don't think this is an actual VWAP reversal. I think we're gonna... I mean, the previous candle kind of closed above the VWAP as well. But if you make a new high... Oh wow, I'm looking at ES and NQ at the same time. If we make a new high... I mean, I think we have a little bit room... Man, we are bouncing hard, huh? I think like what we will do on those highs, I think it can play a really nice setup. But yeah, guys, if you're new here, I don't have anything paid regarding my trading. I try to stream every single day on the New York Open. Some days I'm still 9 to 5 guy. I still go to work like most of us, and sometimes the work comes in front of my streaming, which also, guys, I have a really bad news for everyone who enjoys the stream, which I hope is a lot. I have really bad news. You know, we are changing the time zone. We are going to the summertime, and as I live in Estonia, Estonia changes the time 2 weeks later than the New York changes or the US changes. So what I'm trying to say is, starting next week and after that for 2 weeks, the market open will be 1 hour earlier for me. So right now the market open is 30 minutes past 4, so it's like 4:30, you can say that. I don't know, my girlfriend is Portuguese and sorry, she's Brazilian and she speaks English with me, and we always say like 4:30, which is 4:30, we say 4:30. I don't know, it's her Brazilian thing that hooked on me as well, so if I say 4:30, it means 4:30, 4:30. So anyways, right now my market open is 4:30. It's gonna be 3:30, so the market open is gonna move to 3:30 for me. And since my work is from 9 to 5, yes, I don't work from 9 to 5 exactly, but I should be. Since my work is 9 to 5, putting my stream 30 minutes before my workday ends is fine. Putting my stream 1 hour and 30 minutes before my workday ends is not fine. So I can't promise you guys for then after this week, and then only for 2 weeks, I can't promise you that I will stream for the first hour of market open. Unfortunately, I will still trade. I will throw as many updates on the Discord, what I see in the markets as possible. But unfortunately, it's the 2 weeks time where US changes the time a little bit earlier, 2 weeks earlier than Estonia or Europe does. I think it's same in Europe as well. So we switched the time to summertime 2 weeks later, and that's gonna affect my streaming schedule for 2 weeks. The positive news of that is I'm gonna make more videos, because obviously, like, if I stream, I lose the time to record videos, or I would even say I lose the energy to record videos. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use that time to either have short streams. I think like how it's gonna go for those 2 weeks, and it's only 2 weeks, it's not gonna stay like this. How it's gonna probably go, it's I'm gonna do streams. So 1 hour after market open, I'm gonna do streams if I see that the market is giving me some good setups or I'm in a trade. But if the market is slow, like sometimes the first hour is really volatile and then the market kind of slows down, maybe I'm not gonna stream, I'm gonna focus on making videos. Maybe it's good that after 3 months of almost streaming every day, I'm gonna have break, like a forced break. I can't really like choose this break. We'll see, but just for your information as well, that if you're new here, I will always stream at the New York Open except the upcoming 2 weeks, because again, like my work a little bit disrupts it. What do you do for work? I'm head of sales, so I have a small sales team that I'm managing, which is, I think, amazing job for trading. Obviously, I want to do it full time, but since I'm not selling you anything, I'm not selling a course or anything. The only money I get, everything in my YouTube, like if I make money in trading, I put it in my YouTube, right? I pay my editors to make new videos and so on. But my work is really trader friendly in terms of it's quite administrative in a sense. Correct, what's going on? But I'm a head of sales. I have a small sales team. I'm their kind of manager. You can say that, but my work is on the computer most of the time, so I will still find always time to check the markets. I'm fortunate to have this job in trading sense, but I hope also that the full-time content creation and trading is really soon as well, because right now I can only focus on YouTube and the Discord. I can't really focus on TikTok or Instagram, which I would love. I would love to get more people watching it. I think like we can save a lot of traders with this community. I'm not gonna lie. There's too much fake trading. No one is trading live. I mean, there are people trading live. I'm not saying like in extreme sense, but there's so much scam going on. And I did this YouTube channel only with one purpose. I wanted to share what I know about the markets that I wish that someone told me. That was like my only purpose in the beginning. Now the purpose is getting bigger. In the beginning I was like, if there's one person I can help with my videos, that's more than enough. I'm considering shorts here. I'm I mean, it's not the worst idea. I would love to see divergence between the two. I would love that NQ pushes to the new high. And I'm super patient with my... It's probably my last trade of the day. I don't wanna say it's gonna be my last trade because you never know. Saving traders, are you trader cheeses? Do I look like trader cheeses? No, I mean in the sense that I've seen so many people come to me and they say, oh, I paid for the course, but now I'm learning. And I just want to avoid people paying for information that is free. I just want, like, you don't need to pay, like, you don't need to pay to become profitable. You don't need to pay for Discord, you don't need to pay for course. Again, there's exceptions, and we talked about them in the previous streams. There are some traders who are probably really like justified the course selling. Like it makes sense that you buy course from some people. What will make you take a short? Right now, similar thing here. So in the open, we had this divergence that NQ made a new high and ES didn't make new high. So now I'm kind of hoping that we will see something similar here, whether it's ES or NQ, but that will give me like probably a good sign to short. Depends where are we rejecting as well. Not major EMA. I mean this 21 EMA kind of as well. I need to see two things for short. Ideally, it's 5 minutes is coming to retest at 500 EMA as well. I think we are entering into nice price zones for shorts. 705 will be juicy. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be if we go there, it can be juicy, right? We have the 700 level. We also have we have the 4 hour 9 EMA. I wouldn't be surprised if market retested 4 hour EMA. Maybe it's a grand wish. How long have you been trading for? 2 years. In summer it's gonna be 2 years. So how many months we are out from the summer? 3 months. So I've been trading for 1 year and 9 months. One year and 9 months. Yeah. Summer it's gonna be anniversary for 2 years. And I remember I still pick on my girlfriend on this one. I remember when I told my girlfriend I found trading and I'm gonna do it for the rest of my life. Like literally when I discovered trading, I was like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. And I remember I told her like, oh, I found trading and I can't do anything else. Like I'm staying up all night watching those markets, I'm learning and everything. And then my girlfriend texted me like, oh yeah, you do it every 2 weeks, right? You have some new business idea, you have something. And I was like, no, this is serious. So now I can always make jokes to my girlfriend like, you see, I was serious. Did you lose much money before getting profitable? Yes, I wouldn't say much, but my trading journey until becoming like profitable, like into this moment, was difficult because I didn't have a job, and since I didn't have a job, I didn't have much money as well. So I was conflicted by losing money and not getting any money anywhere else. So it was like I lost a lot of money, but if you say to someone that I lost, I think like 7,000 in 1 year and 5 months in total, some people will say that's nothing. I lost 100,000. So it's also like difference between the scale of what you had before or what situation you're in. I was in a situation where I didn't have a lot of money, so that 5,000 that I lost in trading was everything to me. But I mean 5,000 in terms of like my spend into prop firms. I only used prop firms like Topstep, but it's the amount of money I spend on combines minus payouts. That was minus 5,000 before last year in November, before this green streak started. That was like minus 5,000, and I tell this story to my girlfriend as well. I asked my girlfriend, does she remember how I lost in September or October? I don't know the month, but I lost 3 XFAs and I was really crashing out. You probably guys know it. How it works when you lose the account. You can crash out like really badly, right? And I was like really, I don't want to even say mad, I was just frustrated. And I really told my girlfriend, like, I don't see the point why I'm trading. I don't see the point. I'm minus 5,000 or so. I'm not getting paid from trading. I don't have payouts, like big ones. I don't understand why I'm doing it, just for the sake to be frustrated. Like, I felt like I'm just trading to finish frustrated and with less money. And it's so crazy now to think like this was in September, which was just like right now. Does Dubstep still charge monthly once you finish Evil? No. Once you're finished, it's someone said, Atomic said, how long are you going to leave her as a girlfriend, bro? Don't you want to call her your wife? Valid question. Valid question. I mean, yeah, it's like one thing for sure. If I'm gonna become rich from trading, like at least millionaire, I can say comfortably, no matter what you said to me, my girlfriend is not a gold digger. Because she was together with me when, bro, I didn't have anything. She was paying for my food, like literally. That's your girlfriend's alt account? Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, it was a really good like relationship test as well, because guys, I didn't have anything, like anything. We were in long distance relationship. I didn't have money to pay for flights, which were really cheap. Like, we met in Dublin in Ireland because we both lived there. I told you guys I worked in Google that was in Dublin in Ireland, and we met there. And then when I moved back to Estonia, then at some point when I started trading, like the flights to Dublin from Estonia, like I don't know, 60 euros, they're nothing. And I didn't even have money to have flights. Like, my girlfriend wanted to be together, and I was like, I want to be together as well, but like, if you come to Estonia, I don't have money to pay for your flights. I don't have money to pay for our food. Like, I am like, whatever I have on my name as a money is either in my trading accounts, which are lost, or I'm gonna go to the supermarket to get some discount on the food. Like, that was my life for 1 year. I was down bad, and yeah, it felt like impossible. Like, everything felt impossible. It felt like I put myself into bad hole, and like nothing is coming together. I can't see my girlfriend. She's probably gonna break up with me at some point, because come on, like, for some months it's okay, but it went on for 1 year. Like, shit was crazy. And I think it's like, I mean, that's life, right? You think that nothing bad is gonna happen, and then shit hits the fan, and then everything all at the same time. I'm just joking, married my wife in November after 6 years together. Let's go. It's a cycle of emotions, then it's like The Godfather. Just when I didn't come out, they pull me back in. Bro, I'm telling you, I don't know how different my life would be if this whole thing didn't happen the way it did. I don't know what my life would be. If I lost, let's say I lost these 3 accounts somewhere here, because my first payout was, I had a really clear goal. I wanted to make 8,000 so I can take 12,000 as a payout. Don't ask me why. It was like, this is a big number, but I'm satisfied. I'm gonna work until I have 8,000. So I hit it, I think here or here, I don't know. Somewhere I hit the 8,000, I took the 12,000 payout. But if this didn't happen, I honestly, I don't know if I would make any YouTube videos right now about trading. I don't know if I was even trading. Probably I would be. I never really saw myself quitting trading completely, but my life would be really different. As someone who dates Portuguese, they are totally the opposite side of gold diggers. She's Brazilian, but I agree with you. How old are you? I'm 29. Man, I have no job and I have much pressure to make this trading shit work. Aye, brother. As you see, I was in the same boat with the story that I just shared. I was literally in the same boat. I don't know what else to say to you besides you need to stay strong. I know it sounds cheesy. And you need to try to eliminate the fact that trading is your only income as much as possible. Even if you don't do it physically, that you're not gonna get any other income streams, then I don't know how, but you need somehow to trade in a way where you can't see the trading money as a food money, right? That's what I learned from my journey. Like, as soon as you see the trading shorts incoming, you feeling shorts, guys? I mean, it's not looking bad for shorts, but we are so close to these highs. We are so close. I'm seeing what you are seeing. I agree. The momentum is a little bit favoring the shorts. It's just like I would love to, we have 5 minutes 65 RSI. Okay, I will jump shorts with you guys. I like the 65 RSI, honestly. I really like the 65 RSI. Where do we get out of this trade? The question is if it's gonna make a new divergence right now. I think orb high is a valid stop loss. But that 65 RSI is a choice setup. It's on 5 minutes, don't get me wrong. 5 minutes is tricky one to find confluences. But it's definitely choicier than it's been so far. Let's see how this VWAP will hold. Will the rest of the market follow this? I've been trading since 2021. I got married and had 2 kids and just trying to make it work now. Started serious trading about 2 years ago where I was locked in every single day. But now I'm just making really stupid errors, holding losers. The problem with holding losers, it's probably you know this yourself, right? It's a really psychological thing, and I think like the reason why we hold losers, I think everyone does in trading. The reason why we are holding losers is because we associate losing with failing. In trading, you can't associate losing with failing because trading to losing is just part of the job, right? But if you approach any other area in life, let's say going to school, playing football, snowboarding, whatever it is, whatever area you approach in life, I think school is the best example, right? If you don't study for your test, you're probably gonna fail it. And if you fail it, everyone, the society, your family, everyone sees it as you failing, and it is failing, right? But since it's enforced, or it's enforced to us in every single topic, whether it's, I don't know, playing football, school exams, or getting promotion at work. If you don't get promotion at work, what's your first reaction? I failed to work harder, and so on. So I think it's like, understand, and again, sorry that it deletes your message. I don't know why it does sometimes. I'm gonna scale into this trade if we make a new high and we make the divergence that I'm expecting. If we're not gonna make divergence, I'm gonna close this trade. But yeah, it's trust the TA. Just to clarify, just want the best life for my kids, man. My dog died recently and stupidly listened to people and kept treating him and didn't get better. Minus 12k, man. That's tough because it's, how can you say no to your dog as well, right? I mean, that's what makes trading so fascinating as well. We all have our, like, I can think that my story is hard or my story is difficult, and then you see someone else's story in the chat and they say their story, and then you're like, yeah, my story is nothing. It's so so to say, in a way, fascinating to see how we all, like, when you walk in the supermarket and where you walk in the store and you see all the people, you don't think how they all have their own lives and everything, right? But man, we all share stories that are somewhat personal. We all share struggles that no one else knows. It's honestly, like, fascinating to, like, we take other people, like, so subjective. That's what I meant to say. First language is not English, right? But it's honestly, it is we take it like we see every other people like so normal. You don't think what kind of stories they're carrying and so on. I remember, like, that's one thing that my mom taught me when I was really young. I told her, like, why are all old people so grumpy and angry? Like, when you see old people, they're always with angry faces and so on. And then my mom said, like, hey, you don't know. Maybe they lost their granddaughter for a cancer. Maybe they lost their husband that was there for them 50 years, right? And then, like, I was really young when she told me that. I was probably like 16 years old, teenager. But in that time, like, it was a needed lesson from my mom. My mom was like, hey, you don't know their story. And I was like, goddamn right, I do not know their story. So this trade is getting cooked. I'm ready to close it. If we don't get any confirmations to the downside, we have quite a shitty entry, like really at the wicks lows. I mean, yeah, if we close 5-minute candle above this orb, yeah, this trade is quite ass. But we'll see. That's the power of 1 micro. You can kind of manage the trade manually. So you like divergence on 5 minutes the most? It's hard to say. 5 minutes can give you the divergence, but I love high time frame divergences more. Meaning that if you have like if I zoom out on a 4-hour chart, you will understand what I mean by that. If you zoom out on the 4-hour chart, we have, let me go there. Okay. Actually, we have high time frame. Man, how did I miss this? We have high time frame. We have quite a nice high time. I love a high time frame. This divergence is more important, but these take time. But this is a major divergence. ES took out this low, what we made on 5th of February, so 1 month ago we made this low. ES took it out. NQ didn't. That's a super bullish divergence, don't get me wrong. So maybe that's what we missed on shorts. But regardless, like 5 minutes, 5 minutes gives you picture in the short term, because like today the divergence that we made, today the divergence that we made, let me put it here, this one, right? And we had ES like this. Let me zoom in and then you're gonna see this orange one versus this orange one, right? This is 5 minutes divergence. I mean, we took out those highs, and sometimes that 5 minute divergence is enough. Like the reason maybe why I love those 5 minute divergences is because at this time now we don't count. Now this divergence kind of worked out, and now I don't count it as again. I think like every divergence or every confluence sometimes can only play out once. If you don't take the trade based on that, you're not gonna take the trade based on that, and then you're gonna lose. But what I wanted to say is 5 minutes is good, because let's imagine we enter based on that divergence, right? You enter based on the fact that ES didn't take this high and the NQ did take out this high. Why I love 5 minute divergence in this sense, or what makes it like really good trade for me, is it's so easy to understand when you should not be in a trade anymore. Because as soon as if ES would have made a new high here as well, you don't have the divergence anymore. They both made new highs. So the rule which makes me come out from the trade is really straightforward. And that's what I love about those 5 minute divergences. It's because it's very logical for me to understand what market needs to do for me to not be in the trade anymore. And that's why those 5 minute divergences are good. Like let's say NQ makes a new high now, right? That was my initial entry. A little bit FOMO'd into this, but I'm okay holding a little pain in this trade because I'm with 1 micro and I'm ready to scale 2 micros more and then put my stop loss. But let's imagine now, and I think we will see this, if NQ comes and makes a new high, then I can, as I said, I'm gonna go in with 2 more contracts, and in that case I will get out from the trade as soon as ES takes out the same high, right? As soon as ES takes out this high, which we are now waiting for divergence. Like the important thing for divergences is the previous thing that you're looking for divergence for needs to happen at the same time. And as you see, they happened exactly at the same time. So now if NQ makes new high and I'm gonna go in with more size, then I can kind of hold this trade until ES crosses a candle, or not even closes the candle, but just pushes the candle body anyway above this high, then it's not divergence. Going to short high orb with my buffer money might not be the bad idea. Play the reverse orb here might not be the bad idea. We'll see. This market was super bullish. I would say now we are a little bit slowing momentum, whether it's a small bull flag or consolidation before the next move. We will see, but I really have a clear rules for. So when NQ diverges and takes out the high, but ES doesn't, it's kind of like a liquidity grab. Maybe. The thing is, calling it liquidity grab, the only problem is like you need volume profile or bookmap to actually confirm whether it is liquidity grab. But like it's the same thing taking highs and lows, right? Like most people call them liquidity sweeps. Sometimes there is no major liquidity in the areas that they call it. But what the only thing I care about is a kind of like a pattern that might repeat, right? And even if I think ICT is the one who says these are liquidity sweeps, and all the people who teach the same trading techniques, again, I don't think there's anything wrong in them. But it doesn't even matter if it is liquidity grab or liquidity sweep as they call it. What only thing that matters, like for me at least, is like, okay, if you take out the major high, whether it's 1 hour, daily, 4 hour, then most of the time you see reversals. And for me, like, is it liquidity grab or not? That doesn't really matter. What matters for me is like, if this happens, does it most of the time have some kind of reaction that I can use in my trading? Are you Slavic? I don't know. I wouldn't say so. No. I think like if I would be Slavic, I need to be born at least, like we Estonians, we don't consider us so much as Slavic, although we share, I think, a lot of similar cultural elements in a sense, like food wise, and yeah, like the culture can be a little bit Slavic in a sense. But I think I would need to be born really on the eastern side of Estonia, although Estonia is super small. Like every other country is like, for you to go from one side of Estonia to another side of Estonia, it will take, and now it's the moment of truth, right? If both of those actually no, I think I'm gonna have my, wait, the orb high is the divergence point, right? I mean, if we close this candle above the orb high anyway. Okay, now it's the moment of truth. Are we gonna make divergence or not? Now is the moment of truth. Quite a wide stop loss here, huh? Now is the moment of truth. I think we are so close to make new high. I don't think we're gonna reject from here, but we'll see. We just closed 15-minute candle as well, super strong close. I'm leaning towards taking a loss on this trade, but I'm willing to see. Dude, I mean, yeah, we don't have divergence, guys. We don't have divergence. So I think it's fair to say, let me see if I have anything where I should put my stop loss. It's 50 points to this 200 EMA. I mean, since it's my last trade, I'm willing to take a little bit more hit and play the 4-hour EMA. What's your BNL today? Right now plus 26, but I'm in a losing trade that is almost 200. I'm gonna close this any minute now. If we don't get reaction from here, I'm closing this trade and I'm gonna be minus 200 for the day. Minus 200 for the day. Maybe it's the first red day, we'll see. I'm expecting if we don't react from here, which I'm now, I'm willing to scale on the 4-hour EMA and have a super tight stop loss. 722, we are right here. If we don't bounce from here, I'm not gonna stay in this trade anymore. And I'm willing to lose 500 to make 600. I'm willing to step in front of this and we'll see if this 4-hour EMA actually gives me reaction or not. Over the RSI as well. Yeah, I mean, like, if now we don't get reaction at this 4-hour EMA, it's gonna be so bullish that I don't wanna be in this trade anyway. But I might actually close it here. We'll see. I'm willing to lose, yeah, I'm willing to lose, maybe make 1-to-1 500. Or cutting my loser small here. I mean, we are getting the EMA reaction. We are getting the EMA reaction. I saved my trade. I'm not gonna give so big size. It was more like saving with the EMA. Maybe I should have hold it, but my whole psychology holding trades today is really bad. Man, I think I should. Man, my psychology with trading today is fucking ass. Wait, let me respond to my girlfriend. My psychology holding trades is not as usual as it should be, but I'm thinking if this reacts, man, I nailed the reaction. I nailed the reaction, but the question is like, I think, man, I nailed the fucking reaction time. I was a little bit too scared to hold this with the size I was holding. Brother, no, I can't trade today. My trade holding is so freaking bad. Do your girlfriend watch the stream from time to time? Yeah, sometimes. In the beginning a lot. Okay. Guys, I think I want to short this again with just stops above this. Because we are at the 4-hour 9 EMA. I saw as well, there's not Trump alert, but there's some Fed news. Iran war impact could have monetary policy impact. Okay, I'm gonna make a tight trade here. I'm gonna have tight stop loss, and I'm hoping we are turning bearish based on the... it's better than losing 500, I guess. But I'm a little bit leaning bearish here because the 4-hour EMA. I think it's respectful to say that we want to see reaction from the 4-hour EMA if we are bearish. I'm gonna remove this trade here. We want to see some reaction here. Man, my DCA was so beautiful. I was a little bit scared to hold this trade because the size. That's the problem with green streak. I would have no problem holding this trade without the green streak. It's still affecting. You're tilted, bro. Me too. Yeah, you might not be wrong, but I have a setup right now. It's the 4-hour, like, it's giving us reaction. Like, we need to react as a bears from here, kinda, to keep the trend on a higher time frame. We can still go far above it in theory, but no, I don't think so. Is Trump speaking right now? Is Trump speaking right now? That's the question. Okay, it's gonna be juicy, huh? Be ready for some headlines. I'm still pissed about the wick that took you out for the first short. I think it's like the perfect example how one trade can screw with your psychology for the rest of the session, right? I don't have confidence in my trades. I added those 4 contracts at the perfect place. I could be up at least 200 right now on the last trade that I took. So it's one trade can really freak you out. Let's see what the market does here. We definitely have the reaction from the 4-hour EMA, but I don't know if it's bearish reaction enough in a sense. It's bearish reaction enough in a sense. Where is the 15 minute? Okay, 15 minute is close to 65 RSI as well. And we have this, if you're trading order blocks, supply demand, we have this supply area here, right? For me it's support, but if you want to call it supply demand or order block, I know some people call them order blocks as well. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you call it order block, supply demand, support, resistance. The important is that you at least kind of know how to spot them. And I would say that like this here is kind of 15-minute supply area. For me that's a resistance because that's the last time where we tried to bounce and we got rejected. So there is kind of resistance there as well. But the first trade was tilting indeed. The first trade was tilting indeed. If this would be my last trade ideally, because then, man, if you longed with one micro from the 600, not bad. But this will be my last trade right now. The question is, are we gonna get reaction from the? We got reaction from the 4-hour EMA. It's looking like. Man, if it doesn't cross this, I mean, 4-hour candle has a lot of time to go. A lot of time to go. We have 9-minute 200 EMA here as well. What's the 9-minute RSI? It is bull trapping right now. The 5 minutes is above it, but the higher time frames are a little bit bull trapping right now. We'll see. We're at my entry right now, right? Not anymore. My TP is the old resistance. I'm expecting, like, if we are truly bullish, if you have a pullback, that will be my expected bounce area. Do you have your browser tab set up on the Discord? I like to set up a spare browser with tabs that open automatically to have the same charts available when the time zone changes. Yes, I mean, you mean asking like how are my charts set up? These are all in Discord, but in terms of the order, it changes. It really changes. Sometimes it's EMA is really close to my execution. Sometimes, like, the only chart that I shouldn't use on my trading screen where I execute is this one, because this is actually on my left monitor, but sometimes I want to give you guys the picture that I'm seeing for the setup as well, right? And that's why, like, you sometimes see me going on this screen, but this is normally on my left, on my second monitor. I think I'll over pushed with trading a little bit. I think I might get stopped out. But in terms of like how are the charts positioned, I don't have the right order, because sometimes it's this one, right? If I'm seeing that we are coming close to the deviation band, sorry. If you are coming close to the deviation bands, then it's gonna be that one. Man, I think this is so bull flaggy on 1 minute. I think the only short setup I now want is the VWAP deviation bands. I think that's the best short setup. But I'm gonna keep this trade open, but I think I'm gonna get stopped out, and I feel that I rushed a little bit too much into this trade because the market is heading towards VWAP deviation bands, which is good sign to possible shorts later, but right now I think I don't think I'm trading. It's probably my worst trading on stream in a long time because of the first trade. That first trade really screwed me over in terms of it makes me rush, right? I lost 400. I didn't lose it, but I had 400 to gain from the trade. I went to break even. It went to my way immediately after break even. I feel it kind of messed with my psychology, but we'll see. We are still at 4 hour 9 EMA. It's still important area to defend for the bears, but I wouldn't be surprised if we go higher and touch those VWAP deviation bands, because again, like, the 4 hour candle can close below the 9 EMA, but we have 3 hours, I think. No, 2 hours. 2 hours to go there. We'll see. But I think, like, from my perspective, and again, you guys are the viewers, you have seen my streams before, that probably is the weakest psychology I have had in a long time in sessions because of the first trade, I would say. I mean, it happens in trading, right? You have one really unlucky trade and then you start to force it, and I feel I'm a little bit forcing trades to try to get the money that I didn't get from my break-even trade. We'll see. I would be happy with this if we get to 100-point pullback here from the 4 hour 9 EMA. It will be juicy, but it's looking more bullish than I like. See, we have let's see, we have hourly. We are closing hourly candle in 2 minutes. I don't think this market wants to reverse from here. Let me be hopefully wrong. This 50, I like how this 15-minute possibly is closing. I don't have any room to go to break even whatsoever. Okay, we have another confluence though. We have last week value area low. That's a strong confluence. Okay, so we have two strong confluences right now for this short. We have 4 hour 9 EMA, and we also have last week value area low. This is last week. This volume profile is based on last week, so usually the next week those areas matter. But if this hourly candle opens super bearish, I don't have confidence to hold trades. I think like that's... We'll see. I'm not moving my stop loss for sure on these trades. I'm gonna be down $70 if I lose these trades for the day. We'll see how it develops, but I think my psychology is really weak for me to rush with any trades. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. Let's see. Would be nice with some small divergence right now. Some small divergence would be nice. Let's see, let it develop. Okay, we got the orb. Oh, I forgot orb. We're at the orb low. That's... Guys, this is the most important. We are at the orb high, sorry. That 5-minute candle close is super important. How this 5-minute candle close is super important. If we don't close this 5-minute candle inside, Trump, we are going to cut all the trade with Spain. I saw it on my phone minute before you wrote it as well. That's bearish, right? But the market doesn't think it's so bearish. Like if it was so bearish, we would be dumping like a rock right now. But market doesn't have super bearish reaction to that, although it sounds super bearish. For me, it sounds a little bit like, okay, he's gonna go after all the countries who are not helping them in the war, which is, I would say, super giga bearish. But this market, does it react to news the way we logically would? Sometimes no. We're not closing the candle to the orb. That's inside orb. Like what I'm looking at my second monitor. Where is it? Where's my... What? Ah, okay. Here you see. Like we are not closing the 5-minute candle into the orb yet. That will be my confirmation to stay in this short. I want to see the candle close into this goddamn orb. That will make me so confident. We have 1 minute before this candle closes, but we are really struggling at the orb high, which is market-wise, technically wise, it's quite bullish, right? If you don't close into orb again, you can kind of play the orb breakout. Again, I don't have the cuts to really find longs in this market, especially after we are so far from the lows. I think I explained myself quite well before why I'm skeptical about longs. I think like you can make a lot of money in this market with longs, but the headlines like the Spain one, they will come and there's gonna be a lot of them. Can it close the candle into the orb? Can it close the candle inside the orb again? We have 15 seconds. 15 seconds until this candle closes outside or inside of the orb. That will be important. ES as well. We didn't close the candle. Yeah, I'm gonna go another break even. I mean, it's, I don't have the confirmation. I don't have the yeah, it's, man, I think I can't trade today anymore. My psychology is not the same as it normally is. I honestly don't think my psychology is so good today. I mean, the reason why I went into break even, if you didn't understand or want kind of like analysis why I went to break even, it's because the previous candle we didn't close into the orb. Like that would be a good confirmation. Maybe I missed. I don't know. My psychology is not what it usually is today's trading. The first trade really, I want to deny it that it's not affecting me, but I'm seeing how it's affecting me. My trading decisions are probably today the worst they have been in a long time. How many people we have watching? That's the interesting question. 46 people. Okay, at least we are not showcasing catastrophe in for the major audience. We are still that's trading. You have bad days and you have good days. Today for me is definitely a bad day. Not because of I lost money or bad trades, but my whole execution mindset. Whole execution mindset is not. I mean, it is what it is. But we have news coming out. Trump is speaking. Market doesn't care. The market is above orb high. It doesn't really care. Do you have any big wins in the Discord today? How are you guys trading? Man, that first trade was the trade, right? Take your, I will be up 400 on this trade. Take your 400 and I will be done for the day, right? And it's like that's what messed my psychology up today. It's the fact that I wanted to make the 400 no matter what, no matter the setup. Now the only way I will short, I think there's only two options for me to short here. We either go to the VWAP activation bands, which would be much comfortable short, or we make divergence, because otherwise I think like my psychology can't take any nothing else than A+ setups. Anything else, if it's not A+ setup, I'm not holding it. It's just my psychology is weak today. That's trading. It messes with your head more than you can imagine. It was interesting to see it. Let's see if Top Step still haven't sent my payout. But I think it's because I asked the payout to be on the wire. So you see, like, if you have experience with Top Step payouts, have you had the same issue where the funds sent, like usually this and this happened at the same time? I wonder if it's because normally I request the Ys, right? And now I require by wire. Man, you see my trading today? I enter, I go to break even, and the trade goes my way. How can I not stop here? That's probably the most ass trading that I have done in a stream in a long time. Break even, break even, break even, break even. No balls to hold anything. How much does the wire cost? It's not here, right? I think it's just what the banks ask for, what the bank is taking from the transaction. I think I'm not gonna do wire again. The reason why I do wire, it's gonna be a secret, guys. It's because of the taxes. But I think it's like $60 per transaction. So since I have 3 different payouts, they're gonna take $60 from here, $60 here, and $60 here. I think so. I will see. I can let you know how much is the difference between what I expected to receive and what I didn't receive. With Wise, they don't take anything. Wise is really instant as well. Maybe it's because I have Estonian bank. It takes a little bit more time. I don't know. If you would have spotted the divergence on the 6th February, would you have gone long at some point? It's not bad, Confluence. I think like I need to reset myself a little bit psychologically. I honestly feel like that's my biggest weakness. My biggest weakness is right now, today. This is for the day, but maybe for this week, like what I want to focus on based on the trading is psychology. Because why I mentioned psychology to answer your question is because I feel it's so hard mentally to long this market when the war is going on. And that's psychology part, because actually like we should trade what the market is giving us, right? In normal conditions, Konsei, I will if I see the same 4-hour divergence and there's no shit going on in the world, 100%. I will try to find a long there. I will probably try to find it for the VWAP activation band, from the VWAP activation band, but we didn't. And we now closed the 5-minute candle in the orb as well. But yes, I think so. It's easy to say something in hindsight. Oh yeah, I would have shorted this or longed this, right? But probably, yeah. If I saw it today, I don't know. It's super strong Confluence. But then it's a question of psychology. Can I ignore the fact that what's going on in the world and I feel comfortable longing? It's easy to say in hindsight, man. Yeah. My trade management today was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. Those break evens. We didn't close the 5-minute candle in the orb. We closed the next 5-minute candle in the orb, getting wicked out from my break even on the first 200-point trade. It's hard to see myself getting into a trade. I'm gonna take what was my daily gain today, 260 plus 150. What is it? 150 plus 360, 400, 420 is, if I finish right now, would be my daily gain today, which is not, of course, 400 is not bad, but it could be 1.2k, right? It could be the first trade and I will be done with this market. I mean, I'm gonna stop talking in hindsight. It is, we swallow those unlucky moments sometimes. We need to swallow those. But Karex, I will let you know, because those payouts, they are after they take their 10%, right? Like you can see this payout is lower because the only reason it's lower is because they took their 10% or whatever, the profit split. So now this is the actual money I should be getting. So I will let you know how much it's gonna cost me. But I think it's really bank dependent as well. It really depends on the bank. I'm taking the wire to Estonian bank, which should be like, one thing about Estonia, we are super digitally advanced in a sense. So, but yeah, I'm using wire because, for some, it's a little bit easier with the taxman, I think. We'll see. I don't know. But the question is, man, if I would just like, I added 4 contracts based on the 9 EMA on 4 hour, right? That ad would be would given me $300-400. It's a risky trade. I risked 500, right? My stop loss was 500. I would probably had 1-to-1. Yeah, I mean, if you're first time watching, I promise you this is not every day how it goes down, but this is trading. Some days are better than others. Some days are not so good. Today, I didn't pick the wrong trades, I just picked the wrong trade management. And it's hard to I really want to jump into 2 to 3 or 4 contracts. But it's also psychologically, it's a little bit hard to jump contracts so much, especially when the volatility is so high. All good, still a legend. Come on. Far away from legend, but I love all of you. I truly do. You know what I noticed? Of course, there's sometimes when I take a trade that is actually bad or it's going against me. There's sometimes a new name in the chat who's gonna come in and say, why are you shorting or longing? But you know why I love this community? You give me really sober comments. You know, you're not the yes man kind of community who's like, oh, you're doing everything right. When I go on a tilt, you guys tell me hey, bro, you're on a tilt. Relax, don't take a trade. Hey, Trump is speaking, don't take a trade. I really love this about all of you guys. Bro, do you really use indicators? Of course. Of course. Of course. Indicators are they are exactly what they're called. They're indicators, right? They indicate you something. If you trade an empty chart, I'm gonna give you a really good life example why at least you should try. I always say, don't trade like me, but hopefully learn something from me, right? So I'm not saying this, implement this, trade like this. No. I recommend you ICT. I know ICT trading. I've studied, I've watched the videos, I know the strategy, I know how it works. It's not for me. It's not for me. As long as it's what I'm doing, it's working, I'm definitely not switching. And it also depends what part of ICT you implement into your strategy. If you implement that you wait for the major highs or lows being swept, I think it's amazing. I think you should implement this, no matter if you trade ICT or not, because the market shows us that usually when those highs or lows are swept, there is a chance for reversal at some point, right? But anyways, I'll tell you something about indicators. I don't trade Asia because I'm sleeping when Asia is coming, right? But let's say if you're ICT trader, I'm just asking honestly, if you see that there is a momentum down and you miss the trade, I'm not telling you, oh, you had your setup on as a ICT on here, do short. Of course, we can have sometimes amazing entries, and then that's not the case. But we all know that sometimes market goes without us. We had a let's say you have a short setup here, you have a short setup here for whatever reason, you short there, maybe it's a whatever it is, you short there, or you see the setup and you don't short for whatever reason, you freeze, you're not confident in yourself like me today and so on, but you know it's going down. I'm just curious, in terms of ICT or trading without indicators, where would you get in here? What would be your confluence to get in? Because for me, it's if I see the trend is breaking down, I think the answer lies in the picture, right? Picture speaks more than 1,000 words. This staircase gives you entry for 6 hours. If you don't have this, I'm just curious, when those candles retrace, how do you enter on the retrace to follow the trend? That's my question. I'm not questioning whether you got in here or not, because we all miss trades sometimes. There's shit ton of confluences, my brother. Can you give me example? Like, how would you get in on this downtrend when it's already moving down? I'm interested because I'm interested to learn something. Like, you can say, I know ICT loves its order blocks, right? You can say this is an order block, right? You can even maybe make a 1 hour order block here, and then you have your one touch here. Maybe you can find some, you can say there is a inverse fair value gap here, right? You can enter based on that. 219 candle. You mean the same time I have the same timing in TradingView, right? Because otherwise you're gonna confuse me with trading time zones. You mean this candle? This is my TradingView 219, this candle here. So 219 would be this candle here. This small candle here. If you mean the same time zone as I have in TradingView. In 1 minute chart. Sure thing. So my assumption is, well, you have fair value gaps, they're disrespected. My assumption to short from here would be maybe this one, that you have some kind of divergence there. I'm just curious. I'm not again, I always told you, I don't dislike any strategies. My whole perspective on the market is, it doesn't matter what strategy you have, it matters if you have the patience and risk management. Yes, you should have statistically good strategy in terms of that win rate. UTC 5 New York, I think so. It's just UTC. But my whole perspective of the market is like, you can be ICT trader and you can be unprofitable. You can be ICT trader and you can be profitable. You can be support resistance trader. You can be profitable and unprofitable. Like, it's not the strategy, because if there was a strategy that was the golden thing that's 100% profitable, then the market would remove it as its inefficiency. But TK, I'm just asking you one thing, and again, I'm usually really humble person. If you're gonna come back to my stream, which I hope you do, I'm really humble person. But why I'm not switching strategies, you probably don't know this yet, because I think you are new time viewer. But also, like, you need to understand my perspective is, I haven't had a single red day since the beginning of November. This is copy traded on 3 XFAs. So it's also like, for me, the question is like, why would I jump into new strategy if it's clearly working, at least on some degree? You can say I didn't make so much money, which I agree, and I disagree on some points, but it's proving me that whatever system I'm trading, it's working. So that's why I also, like, I don't hate ICT traders. Again, I don't hate anyone. And I think ICT is a strategy that can make you extremely profitable. But also, again, if you give the same strategy to same 10 people, only maybe 2 or 1 of them might be profitable. But the strategy, percentage-wise, makes sense. It's just, for me, like, why I use indicators is they give me areas in the blind spots. Like, if I don't have indicators, I wouldn't probably understand why exactly we reacted from here. My perspective is high time frame EMAs give reactions, so that's exactly like why we reacted here. If I don't have those indicators, I will be like, I have no idea why price right now reacted from here. Like, you see it quite clearly, this white staircase is 9 EMA, and we got reaction. I'm not saying it's not gonna go above it, because this is 4-hour candle, it can close way above it. All I'm saying is that it will make me extremely blind if I don't see why we're reacting. Like, that's my perspective of the market. Like, I want to see areas where there is possible reaction, because if there is a possible reaction, that's giving me possible entry point. But again, like I think index divergence, so I use a lot index divergence in my charts. To give you example today was this one. Sorry. Yeah, this one. No, sorry. I'm a little bit ahead of myself. This one, right? This orange one. This is index divergence. I think this is like, you can say this is ICT concept. So you can say I'm implementing some ICT concepts, but my whole philosophy on markets and trading is that if you know all different strategies or elements, then you can start putting a picture together from those elements. You can take some from ICT, some from EMAs, some from, I don't know, support resistance, some from order flow. And then every single day, since market is never the same, right? Then every single day you have like different stories and they give you the picture what's likely to happen. If you're making money, nobody can talk. Man, I am always open to discuss strategies. Again, I don't have anything against people who come and promote their strategies. I really don't. SMT divergence, yeah, I think it's the similar concept. No, I don't think also that you're a hater. But it's again like, you can have profitable ICT trader and you can have unprofitable ICT trader. That doesn't mean that ICT strategy is wrong. It just means that the person hasn't nailed their psychology, they haven't nailed their patience, they haven't nailed their risk management, or they don't have situational analysis, right? Like even if you trade, let's say ICT in this case, then you need to be aware when the market doesn't give you the conditions where the strategy works the most. Because ICT strategy works in certain market conditions. It doesn't happen maybe every day, but every, let's say 3 days a week, ICT works perfectly. You as a person need to understand if those 2 days where the ICT strategy doesn't work, can you spot those can you spot those moments? Can you understand when the market is not giving you what you want and you stay out, or you go in regardless with the smaller confluences and then you lose money and then you're like, ICT doesn't work. Well, it didn't work because you entered when the market conditions didn't support your strategy. So yeah, I always said it. I don't hate any strategy because I think everything in this market can work. You can probably enter based on the bull flags and bear flags as well. Okay, it's past my normal streaming time. If I will throw a setup today, I would love if we get rejected from those view activation bands. Would be interesting short. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the rejection point right now, because again, like you see the market is reacting to this 4-hour 9 EMA. So let's see what it does here. I think this is a little bit decision point because again, like if you don't know EMAs, which is completely okay, then the main rule with those EMAs is this white stairs is like your first level boss in a video game, right? You need to defeat the first level and then the next level, level 2 is here, level 3 is here, level 4 is here. Like, and if you beat all of them, you are extremely bullish on high time frame because that's 4 hour. So as you see, the story is developing. That 15-minute destroyed all those small bosses. Now it's going to the final boss, and my perspective on EMAs is you kind of align, okay, the smaller time frames are defeating those weaker bosses, so maybe there is a chance that the high time frame will kind of give them a fight as well. So that's how I see EMAs. I started with flags and trend lines. Oh, I think a lot of us did. I printed out the chart pattern. You remember this? I think we all went to this candlestick patterns PDF. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I wrote. This thing was printed out let me put it like these things were printed out. I was like, oh, this is this candle. Wait, let me see on my paper. I think trend lines are still valid. I don't trade trend lines, but I think they're good to draw on the charts, especially on like daily time frame. Right, like you can make a trend line here, and it's not that you're gonna trade it, but it's just a confirmation whether what we've been doing for the last a month is still valid, or we're kind of breaking the trend. Like in that sense, I think trend lines is a good idea. My wife gave me mousepad with that. Yeah. It's also change of character, break of structure. I mean, yeah, we definitely broke structure on the lower time frame. On 15-minute, right, we broke structure here. The question is, like, you can make an argument that we are also shifting the structure on 1 hour. Like this last 1 hour candle kind of shift the structure as well. But I still have a bearish bias. As long as those EMAs stay above this 4 hour, even 1 hour, right, you have quite a lot of things to defeat, dragons to slay. One thing that makes me surprised is, are we actually gonna bounce from that 200 EMA again? Because I honestly expected that we're gonna close daily candle below it at some point. She was trying. I mean, our girlfriends or wives or boyfriends, they always want best for us, right? If we tell them that we started trading and they come up with the trading mousepad, or we also have 15-minute RSI getting rejected on a. This might be actually a good short setup that we are having right now, because your risk is really. You two have a good day, TK. Because your risk is really managed here. You can have something like this if you snipe the same entry that I'm showing you. Or even if you snipe entry here, I mean, okay, 100 points is, man. The market is so much more volatile than it looks like. But I don't dislike shorts here because you have a lot of confluences. I don't think I have confidence to bull another trade. You have a lot of confluence. You have 15-minute confirming a bull trap. And it's definitely confirming it. 15-minute, let's see. This is a new 15-minute candle, so maybe it's not gonna break down now. But we have a bull trap, right? I tell you all the time, guys, this 65 RSI, if you don't break it, it is a bull trap. And bull trap leads to more down. Same with bear traps. Bear traps lead to more up. Right now, this 15-minute is giving us super, let me see if ES is the same. ES, okay, you see the divergence as well. ES didn't make the bull trap, NQ did make the bull trap. So you have these things, you have bull trap in place. Then you also have 4 hour 9 EMA. I think we touched this quite a lot. Sorry, this is not EMA chart. When I changed my chart browser tab positions, but again, we are still getting rejected from the 4 hour 9 EMA. I'm not saying that it's gonna stay like this, but it's building a case, right? It's building really a case, like 4 hour EMA rejected, 1 minute broke structure to the downside, 3 minute crossed 9 EMA, 5 minutes is crossing 9 EMA, right? Now the small time frames are showing you that what reaction we got on a higher time frame is confirming. I want to chase this. Man, it's escaping my entry like crazy. Let's see, we are at the range lows. If we are making any type of range, then I don't want to enter, but I think let's see, my entries have not been good except the first trade today, but man, those confluences are playing out. And those confluences are playing out. I'm chasing this short with this account. And I'm willing to size into this trade more as well. Well, let's see how it plays out. I'm entering at the range low, so I'm expecting I might take some heat here. But I honestly think those confluences are playing exactly like, sometimes you need to chase it if you don't get the perfect entry, right? And maybe now it's time for me to chase this because I like the confluences we are having. Those 65 RSI, 4-hour EMA. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot for sure. And I don't want to see this trade anymore. This is the real trade. What do we have? 167 points? I mean, it's not impossible. Choicy reaction, choicy reaction. See around here, I would wait for market structure break on the 5 minute, but you give up a lot of risk reward waiting for confirmation. Yeah, that's the thing. Confirmation will always cost your entry, right? And it's a two-way street. On one hand, it will always cost your entry, but on the other hand, you're gonna win more trades because you wait for confirmation. You're probably not gonna win so many trades where you don't find confirmation, but at the same time, those trades where you don't wait for confirmation and it gives you confirmation later, that's the trade that's gonna probably pay you the most or give you the biggest move, right? So I know the struggle. Like sometimes you really want to see the confirmation, and sometimes market says you don't have time to wait for the confirmation. So it's also like comes back to the whole sizing up. Let's see, this is 15-minute EMA. If bulls want to hold any trend up, we bounce from here. The bulls want to bounce from here for sure. That's the area you want to bounce. Let's see, but the shorter time frames are telling me this ice is cracking. What strategy do you use? I use I would say my whole strategy is combining different elements into an entry, different confluences. Right now my confluence is you see the RSI is getting rejected at the 65. My rule is, and you can check it yourself on the charts as well, but my general rule is, or the RSI thing that I teach is, if you don't cross the 65 RSI, yes, you can say it's price action, but it's price action mixed with indicators, because like one strategy that I do trade, let me show you the chart, is 15-minute orb. So that blue box on both charts presents the first 15 minutes of the New York Open. It's just if I go on a 15-minute chart, you see it super cleanly. You see this red candle here. I know it's not super visible, but that red candle gave me, that was the New York Open, so that gave me the first 15 minutes. And sometimes, like, all I need is a breakout and retest. Right, the price breaks out of this 15-minute range, retest, and then it sends it. It's the orb itself is called open range breakout. So sometimes that's all I need. Then other times when we come to the major area, like we are in the 4-hour EMA, or we come to any major area, I jump on this chart. This is like my tool to find reversals with a really good entry. Those things are VWAP deviation bands, so they are indicators based on the volume and volatility, and they open super tight. In the beginning they're like super tight because that's the volatility range, right? If you don't have market, you don't have volatility, so that's why they open really tight. And then as soon as you destroy them, they get wider. And my theory or my entry model behind them or using them is, when you make them stronger, then next time you come and touch them, or when you expand them, then the next time you come and touch them, they are much stronger. The next retest will give me much more aggressive reaction. So for example, right now when they are much wider and we come here, I'm kind of expecting the market to give me more aggressive reaction. So it really depends. I kind of take what market gives, and then I will try to find confluence based on my rules, whether it's orb breakout like I showed you, whether it's high time frame EMAs, whether it's the prices showing me bear traps or bull traps, which is based on RSI. So like here is a perfect example, right? Like if you cross the 65 RSI like you have here, like here, right, then you don't want to short, because it's not like The 65 RSI presents a bull trap, so meaning bulls need to get trapped there. As you see, we crossed the 65 RSI and this is what happens. So if you cross the 65 RSI in my book, you don't want to short this. If you cross the 35 RSI, same thing, vice versa, you don't want to long this. Because usually what price does is exactly what's seen here. The price starts dancing around the 65 RSI. And you can find, I can find you the bear traps or bull traps as well. Let's find few on ES, they're easier to spot. Okay, here is perfect. You see the 35 RSI should be a bear trap. What is it? Yes, it is a bear trap. And then you have also RSI divergence, price makes lower low, but RSI makes higher low, and you have divergence. So it's really combining different elements as well. Do you take trade when price is inside of the orb, either long or high? Yes, I love this question. So the only time I trade the inverse orb, I call it inverse orb, right? When you short the high of the orb and long the low of the orb. So for example, in my case, I haven't seen it in the February. I used to see this a lot in, I would say October, November. That's when we saw it a lot. See you, Atomic. Thanks for being here, my friend. So when I take, let's say, what I used to do sometimes, for example, is I long the low of the orb and I wait for the break and retest. Like I long the low of the orb and then I wait the price to break and then retest, and then I trail my stop loss somewhere in the middle, right? Because that break and retest would be like my, how do I say, it will be my confirmation to stay in the trade, right? It will be the normal orb playing out. Now when I will play this, when I will long the low of the orb, it will be in case where we have super bullish daily bias. And where I would say we had super bullish daily bias, when it was probably the easiest trade to do, is this time better. Let me go on even on a daily chart. But like here, you can pull it off almost 24/7, right? Price action is super bullish, so makes sense to maybe find longs at the orb low. Now it hasn't been a case, because if you look on a daily chart right now, you can say we're starting to get out of this range. Maybe today is the day, but I don't think so. But we have been really range bound. So then when I want to play the inverse orb, like I showed you, like here, then I will play it like this, and I only play it so it doesn't come from the daily bias, right? It comes from the fact that we are range bound and so on. But the only time I will play this if we have super wide orb. So there are rare occasions where this orb is something like this. Let me measure it as well. But this orb is 300 points. I have honestly seen even 700, 800 point orb. So if the first 15 minutes really gives me this wide range, I mean, it looks wide right now, right? But we can, like, let's say it's actually like 500 points. Let me see if it's now 500 points. Yeah, 400 points. So let's say if this was the first 15 minutes, then I would be like, nah, price to have another breakout from the orb, that you play something like this and then you wait for another 400 points. I mean, it's not impossible, right? Everything is possible in this market. But it just doesn't make sense for me. So those days I will maybe play something like short the high of the orb and wait until it gets to the lower side of the orb. And my whole trade idea is that the price will stay inside this orb for the whole session. And then the orb itself gives me really good understanding what's the price range extremes. I think I'm gonna get stopped out from this trade as well. It's been absolutely shit trading for me today. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lose any money. Yeah, I'm gonna be profit still, but today's trading has been probably the worst since I would say January, but it happens. I mean, some days are not so good. But yeah, that's like my other perspective how you can play orb as well. If it gets super wide, if the first 15 minutes is super wide, then I don't want to trade for the breakout. So it really depends on the market conditions, on the higher time frame bias. Like higher time frame bias comes from me from three things, sorry. It's the overall structure on a daily or weekly. You can say even on 4 hour. What's the overall structure on those time frames? Whether it's bearish or bullish. That's kind of, and that's like just the normal trend, right? Higher highs, higher lows, and vice versa. This, or same daily and weekly, or other factor that I use for my daily bias is high time frame EMAs. Let me see. I think I'm gonna be stopped out from this trade any minute. Yep, it is what it is. But I think I'm gonna finish the stream as well. We've been live for 4 hours almost. But the whole thing is like, if you're below those high time frame EMAs, I think you're always bearish. It doesn't mean that you can't retest them, and you will retest those EMAs at some point, right? I'm not saying price will always stay under them if you're bearish, but overall, like my perspective or my understanding of the market is like, if you're really under those EMAs on a high time frame, then you're mostly bearish until you take them back. So I combine daily structure, weekly structure with high time frame EMAs, and the last thing that I use is the last 1 minute candle of the New York close on ES, because that has the most volume and that can give me idea what's going to happen next day. If I see that there's a lot of selling on the last 1 minute of New York market close, then in that case I will try to focus more on shorts, and same vice versa for buying. So it's really hard for me to tell you that what's my strategy is exactly by the rules, because again, like, my trading perspective is that market changes 24/7. It's never the same market, and I want to have different confluences that I can use in different market conditions for entries, and then use those confluences and entry models for that time period, and then use them as long as they work, and then switch. That's like the whole trading mantra I would say I have is in terms of the strategy. But okay, we didn't have a red day. That's good. I had one amazing short that I got break even. I think that messed up my whole psychology. It happens in trading. I think I'm done. I'm 4 hours. I'm not gonna take any trades on those 3 accounts. I let this run, but it's probably stopped out. I'm still gonna be in profit for the day, but it is what it is. I would say my psychology was my enemy today in trading, but regardless, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we can execute a little bit better. Hopefully my psychology is well slept off, and I have a clear understanding what I'm doing and how I should manage my trades. And I see you guys tomorrow, right? Thank you so much for watching. If you're completely new, make sure you're in the Discord as well, because the Discord is free. It's for you to find new trading buddies and also get any announcement of my streams, videos, anything. Again, I don't monetize anything in my trading, so if you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you learned something new. And guys, I see you tomorrow. Ciao.